Welcome back to DBL. So much has changed thanks to the pandemic, and one of the big changes is for adult kids. People who are 18 to 29 years old. More than 26 million of them are living at home with their parents, and that's a 2.6% increase from February. But now Yelp is trying to help parents get their kids to move back out. They're offering 10 lucky people $2,000 to help with moving expenses as part of their Re-Empty the Nest contest. Al, is this a good idea, a bad idea? Is this even helping?
Look, you don't want to shoot down things when people are trying to do the right thing. But, Jeff, I got to get your opinion on this, man. First of all, $2,000 isn't enough probably for first and last month's rent. But also, it's a bigger picture. It's like that means that your adult child that might be in their mid-20s to almost 30 cannot survive in the real world. And I think that's a bigger indictment on our world that our young college graduates or just, high school graduates cannot find a job. And now their parents can't walk around naked in their own house because their kid is back.
Or because they're on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yes, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, listen, especially with everything going on with the coronavirus and the economy, it's not shameful to try to get back on your feet and move back home with your parents. I mean, it's such a stigma attached to that you're a loser for some reason if you live with your parents. I went to LA when I was 23, 24 and stayed there for a couple years and came back home with my tail between my legs. And luckily enough, I had my parents there so I could get back on my feet again, and which I did. But those are one of those failing moments that you have to learn from and get back on your feet and become a stronger person, which I did. So the stigma attached to going home and trying to get back on your feet and your life together, I'm not down with it.
I think there's a fine line here. Listen, I definitely agree that there should not be a stigma, and you should not have any shame if it comes to you need to get back up on your feet. And considering that there's not a livable wage, considering all the student loan debt, considering that we have a pandemic, I have so much empathy for the people right now that are coming out of college and they are out of work. However, I don't want that to encompass every single individual who is taking advantage of their parents.
Yes.
So I think it's
and that
really,
happens too.
That 100% happens. So there's a difference between enabling your children to not get back up on their feet and also taking advantage of your parents and those that really are trying to get back up on their feet. And $2,000 is a lot of money. That
and Sam, I'm going to say this about you and Jeff. You guys have type A personalities. You guys are driven human beings. Jeff, you had to go home. You got yourself back on your feet. Sam, if it happened to you, you do the same thing. I think a lot of times people go home to save money, in air quotes, and then a month or two in, you're hanging out at bars, your mom's folding your clothes, somebody's cooking your meals, and you're like, hey, I'm kind of comfortable here. And your parents are like, dude, we wanted to make that a sewing room or a big TV room, or your dad, that was going to be our gym.
A sewing room.
Some people sew. My girl sews.
I think sewing's fantastic.
Then why did you lambaste it right there?
I wish I knew how to sew.
No, don't clean it up now. Anybody that sews, Sam's embarrassed of you in your room. Yes, you attack sewing rooms, and I'm here for it.
I just didn't expect that to come from you.
What's wrong with a sewing room?
Do you know how to sew on a button?
No, I do not.
Do you see how I overpronounce my T's?
Yes.
Because people say I don't pronounce my T's. Okay.